Ever wonder what your house does when you're not around? Imagine the silence that engulfs your home, the ticking clock, the only sound echoing against the cold, empty walls, each room, each corner, each shadow, holding a secret of its own. Can you hear the whispers of the past, the memories that are etched into the very fabric of the house, the wooden floors and the plastered walls? The house, it lives and breathes just like us. It holds onto scars and smiles, laughter and tears, moments of joy and moments of despair. It's a silent witness to our lives, a keeper of our stories, a reflection of our existence. And when it's empty, when the doors are locked, the lights are out, and the people are gone, it whispers to itself the tales it has gathered over time. But tonight, the house is not alone. An unexpected visitor steps into the silence, a stranger, an intruder, their presence, a stark contrast to the tranquility that once filled the air. Each footstep echoes through the otherwise serene home, a chilling reminder of the unwelcome presence. This intruder, shrouded in mystery, moves with an eerie grace. They touch, they disturb, each object in their path, an unsettling dance of curiosity and disruption. A picture frame, a cherished memento, a forgotten letter. Each item holds a story, a memory now violated by this uninvited guest. Their movements, though deliberate, betray a sense of unease. They are aware of their intrusion, aware of the sacred space they violate. The air grows heavy, the silence intensifies, the tension builds. It's as if the very walls of the house are tightening, closing in, rejecting the unwelcome guest. But the house does not welcome the intrusion. The house begins to stir, awakened by the unwelcome presence. A hush falls over the scene, but it's far from peaceful. The silence is thick, heavy, like a shroud draped over everything. It's the kind of quiet that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, the kind that makes you feel like you're not alone. Suddenly, a door creaks open, the sound echoing through the stillness. It's not pushed by a human hand, nor carried by a breeze. It swings open on its own accord, a silent protest to the intruder. The intruder freezes, their heart pounding in their chest. Then the lights begin to flicker. They sputter and spark, casting eerie shadows that dance and twist across the walls. It's as if the electricity itself is rebelling, refusing to play along with the unwanted guest. The intruder's breath hitches, their eyes darting around the room, looking for an explanation that isn't there. A cold draft sweeps through the house, making the intruder shiver. It's the kind of cold that seeps into your bones, the kind that makes you feel like you're being watched. The intruder wraps their arms around themselves, trying to ward off the chill, but it's no use. The house is alive, and it's fighting back. Every noise, every flicker, every gust of wind, it all adds up. The house is not just a structure of bricks and mortar anymore. It's a living, breathing entity, and it's angry. It's standing up, asserting its dominance, claiming its territory. The intruder can feel it. They can feel the rage, the resentment, the sheer force of a house scorned. The fear builds up, a tidal wave of terror that threatens to consume them. They can't fight it, can't ignore it, can't pretend it's not there. It's real, it's happening. The house is fighting back. And then when the fear becomes too much, when the terror becomes too real, the intruder makes a decision. A decision born out of desperation, out of a primal need to survive. The intruder, now terrified, decides to flee. But can they escape the wrath of a house that's had enough? But the house is not ready to let go. With each attempted exit, the intruder is met with an unusual resistance. Doors that once swung open with ease now refuse to budge, as if held in place by an invisible hand. Windows, once fragile, have become impervious to force, defying the desperate strikes of a man trapped. As the intruder's fear crescendos, the house seems to draw on it, growing more resolute in its refusal to release him. It's as if the walls themselves are closing in, the once welcoming abode now a terrifying cage. The sanctuary of home has been perverted into a prison, the intruder's panic only fueling its determination to keep him confined. And then, just as abruptly as it began, the siege ends. Finally, the front door swings open. The intruder, drained of all courage, stumbles out into the night, leaving the house in peace. Or so it seems.